you'll see like, oh, I've only got what 10 to 20 horses and 50 to 100 troops. It doesn't really mean anything. But as you collect an extra 50 troops and an extra 50 troops and an extra 50 horses, as the days go by, it does build up, and it does start to build up very quickly. Especially once you start using those troops to raid, you can bring in a lot of resources. If you split them up into small raiding parties of 5 or 3, I'm still currently using raiding parties of 5. I will show you, I have set up a farm list. This is my current farm list. That Wilhelm guy, he is the closest person to me, so we're just using the Empyreans we got from that Heroes mission to farm him on a regular basis, just because he's the closest. It's not going to take very long. They are a slower moving troop than the Imperatorus we have here. We do have a few new ones. You can tell there's 17 villages there that we're currently farming. I want to extend it, and we will drop the horse numbers from 5 to 3 as we grow our troops and widen our farming base. There is a website I've used a lot in the past called Getter Tools, which I haven't used yet this server. You can use it to search for farms. The only problem with it is, where a lot of people know about it now, all of the farms that come up as farms on Getter Tools are already being farmed, and there's not that many resources there to recover. So I like to, especially at this stage where there's a lot of people still coming out of beginners protection, look at players who are in beginners protection, wait for them to come out of beginners protection, and then make sure I'm the first person there getting those resources that have built up while they haven't been online and no one else has been able to raid them. We do have another adventure that we were able to send our hero on, so I'll be doing that now. I will be sending these troops back out. I am going to start looking for new farms, so that's what I'm going to use these 25 Imperatoris for when I end the stream. We could take a look now, see what's about. We've come really as far as here with farming, and there's this guy. See, this is what that Getter Tools tool I talked about before is useful for. We'd be able to look on there and see how much his population has grown over the past, say, 24 hours to 5 days, and if it hasn't grown very much, we can kind of make assumptions based on that he's not an active player and that he'd be safe to farm. So I will start taking a look at it, but I just don't quite think I'm ready at the moment. Let's have a look at this village. This village would be perfect to farm if it'll ever load. Is it going to load? There we go. Yeah, see this one, another one that's out of beginner's protection. We'll keep an eye on this, wait till that comes out, and then start farming that. I think that's going to be a case for a lot of the villages around this sort of area. We have moved out as far as here so far. Let's try Swami. Why does it not ever load with one click? Yeah, still in beginner's protection, and this guy, when it loads, come on. Yeah, apparently I just can't click on that. Click. No. Double click. No. Click. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh, this guy might be out of beginner's protection. See, can we send troops? I think we can send troops. I don't want to send minus 15. I'm not sure if anyone else is, I'm not sure whether that's just a Chrome thing that uses this new drop down bar here now that lets you try and send minus amounts of troops, which is pretty weird. Yeah, see, he's still in beginner's protection. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to find people around us who are small enough to raid who aren't currently in beginner's protection. Like this guy. Yep, still in beginner's protection. Oh, no, it's his third village. Village 03. Alright, we'll check one more. This guy, and then I'll get back to it later on. Come on. Send -1 horses. No. Okay. So let's just double check that this guy doesn't have more than one village. Which he doesn't, so the troops will be going there now. We'll send 5 off first, and then so on and so on. I'll take a look later on, well, straight after the stream, and continue doing that with other players I find. So hopefully we continue bringing that res up, getting more in. As I said, I would like to have raided more than the 195,000 we have raided. Not that I'm disappointed with that, but I think if we'd have managed to have raided, say, 250,000 by now, we'd have been sort of on the upward even more, and we could have definitely pushed into the top 10 climbers if I just used a bit of additional gold to instantly build things. It's not saying that that's an impossibility for us to make the top 10 climbers now. We are on 1,182 and they are 1,333, but I think it is going to be a difficulty, especially if I continue with the wheat fields on this 15 cropper, because we're just not going to get any resources for building them. We'll get we'll get a lot of resources for building them. We won't get any population for building the additional wheat fields. So other than we will put a rally point in just so we can see if we're being attacked, and we will get in the flour mill as soon as I can exchange the resources to get enough, or the resources come across. We are going to continue trying to build more Imperatores in this village. Realistically, we want to have maybe 1,500 to 2,000 Equitus Imperatores in this village going out raiding, and then we probably won't be able to build much more than that just due to wheat constraints. Maybe up to 3,000 at most, or 5,000 if we have an additional feeder village in there with it, which I may or may not yet do. Put an extra feeder village with the one village just to either build defense or provide additional wheat to store troops for raiding, and most of the resources will be coming across to the A village anyway. I guess that all depends on what alliance I eventually end up in. If I can get into the FL alliance, which is the alliance of this guy with his 15 cropper next to us, then I think it'll be safe for me to start building feeder villages around this village, because I'll have a lot of my alliance around me for protection. People will think twice about attacking me, and just these players in this large alliance around me won't be attacking me, hopefully. I don't particularly... This guy has managed to join FL2, as I mentioned before, and he only has 196 population. The fact they're letting in players, unless there's obviously stuff I can't see. That guy may have 200 to 500 troops already before he's even become out of beginner's protection, but he can't be raiding anyone, and alliances, especially the rank 2 alliance is subsidiary alliance, shouldn't be recruiting players like that unless they know them from previous servers, or they have something amazing stand out about their account that we can't tell and isn't obvious on face value. So I'm not overly keen about the prospects of joining them. I will keep looking for an alliance. Obviously, if any of you guys out there have an alliance and would like to have me in, I am based in the southwest, so it's going to be difficult if it's not a southwesterly alliance. I did get a message today from Faded Panda saying nice streams, so thank you for that, buddy. That's great. I'm quite surprised that anyone other than my circle of friends watches these videos, so it's always great to know when other people have taken the time to watch them. Like, it definitely makes me want to continue doing them. Definitely make me want to continue doing them on a regular basis. Whether anyone's actually learning anything, Faded Panda, who messaged me, is currently ranked 44 on this server, or 40 now. So I'm not entirely sure whether he's actually learning anything from the streams, or whether he just enjoys watching my style of play, or is waiting to wipe me out later on in the game. Who knows? But we will have to be careful about the amount of information we give away if we do get into a large alliance who are planning on building a world wonder and things like that. So I'll have to see if I can pick and choose on what sort of information I'll be able to give away. But that'll be interesting and something to look forward to when we get to that point. It'll be good for other alliances to be able to see this sort of information and get sort of a feel for how things are going, because often you feel quite isolated if you're on one side of the map. If you're, for example, in the northwest, you think, oh, what's going on in the southwest? They've got their big alliance. We're currently only at war with this other small alliance. You don't really realise what's going on for the other players. So hopefully this should enable people to get a bigger picture of at least what's going on in this sector if you're not already based in there. As you can see, not a lot's going on. That guy who attacked me yesterday did attempt to attack me again. If we can bring it up. Yes, so he attacked me again today. Same guy, same two troops. I'm not sure why he's doing that. He obviously just didn't remove me from his farm list for some reason. Basically, on your farm list, if you attack someone and both your troops die, then you will get a red sword cross next to the attack. This one has a yellow sword cross, which means some of my troops died, which is, I believe, just one. Yes, just one. So it's annoying. I don't. I've been sending more troops to this village, but I send 5 across, and one dies. I pick up 400 resources, full bag. Okay, great. Let's send 25. Send 25 across. They pick up like 700 resources. To be fair, none of them die, which means that I'm not losing out on those resources I paid to build the horse, which this is definitely a net loss. We definitely did not make a profit here, and Aequitas Imperatoris does cost more than 400 resources to build, but we've got to keep trying. You will lose, but in the long run, as long as you're making more resources back than you're losing, and you're still building troops, then you're doing fairly well. That's all you can really hope for. Speaking about goals next, I spoke a lot about the 15 cropper, what we want to do, just get all the wheat fields to 5, start redistributing, get that granary up so it's not maxing out, because it's almost maxing out already as it is. In this village, we'll be continuing to get the resource fields to level 10. That probably won't be happening by tomorrow, or maybe not even the day after, but within the next 3 days they should all be to level 10, and we'll have the additional buildings built, which offer 25% extra on all. Once they are all to level 7, I will be upgrading one of each to level 10, one wheat to level 10, one wood to level 10, one iron to level 10, and one clay to level 10, just so I can build those buildings that provide extra resources. Other than that, we will hopefully host a party and build some more troops. Do some more raids, get some more resources, and maybe push into the top 10 climbers. You never know. If we are anywhere near, as I said, wait for the siren. We'll go. I will do a stream near midnight, so people can see how close we are and whether we've made it or not. Hopefully we do. I'm not very hopeful about it. I'd give us like a 30 to 40% chance of doing so, but you never know. It's good fun. It gives us a goal, something to aim for. And yeah, cheers for watching, guys. I'll be back with day 7 tomorrow.